Hey guys, thank you for tuning back in. This is a great tutorial. This one is going to be about HTML elements, empty HTML elements actually. It's also going to be about HTML headings. So let's start with empty HTML elements and then we'll go and transition into the HTML headings. Again, great tutorial. It's going to break down some more of the basic HTML concepts that this tutorial series is about. So empty HTML elements, they have no content, or they can be called, they're also called empty elements. So I'm going to give you a few examples on here. And again, I'm not going to display any of these in our web browser, but this is just to show you some of our examples. So one is break, or BR. And what that is used for is when you have two, like let's just say you have a paragraph and you want a large space between your next paragraph, then you're going to use a break or a BR. And these don't need to be these don't need a closing tag. You could just put break like this, but you can also put break with the closing tag too. Both work and both are accepted in HTML. Another one is our HR tag, and what this does is, let's just say you're typing in some HTML or some other language and you want to switch to a different language. You put an HR tag, and that's just to distinguish between two separate languages, or between an HTML document and another type of document. Another one is a link. And this is just used if you want to link to another page, or if you want to link to something else. So again, that's another empty HTML element. And you can also, you can also not use an end tag. So you don't need to do dash link. You could just leave it with link. All right, and our final one that we're going to talk about is our image, and that's used for our images. I'm not going to put a source in there, but that right here with the source, that's where you'd put where the file name of the image, or where the file of the image is. But you could just put image right here. You don't need a closing tag, so that's why it's considered an empty HTML element. All right, now we went over some empty HTML elements. Let's talk a little bit more about HTML headings. Any document starts with a heading. You can use different sizes for your headings. HTML also has 6 levels of headings, which use the elements H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. While displaying any heading, browser adds one line before and one line after the heading. Use HTML headings for headings only. Do not use headings to make big or bold text. Search engines use headings to index the structure or the content of your web pages. Users skim your pages by headings. It's important that headings only show the document structure. H1 should be the main heading, followed by H2 headings, and less important are H3 and so on. So now we can get a better feel of what these headings look like. I'm going to give you an example. So let's start our doc type, and then HTML. So now where our body tag is, let's go and put this in here. And remember, this body tag is the content of your website. So do H1. So now this is an H1 heading, and you're going to put, this is heading 1. Heading 1. So now let's do some H2 tags. And you're going to put, this is heading 2. All right, now let's do some H3 tags. And put, this is heading 3. So now again H4, and put, this is heading 4. And so now let's do some H5 tags, and put, this is heading 5. And now let's do our last one. So let's do some H6 tags, and put, this is heading 6. Alright, so now let's go save this and let's view this so we can see all the differences in our web browser. So go to our web browser, refresh the page. So now you can see this is heading 1 is so much bigger than this is heading 6. And you can also notice how there's a space above and below, space above and below. And it does that for each one. It formats these very nicely. Again, the H1, those should be your main heading of the page. And later on, I'm going to teach you how you can even change the style, the font. You can even make this heading even bigger. But again, this H1 should be the main heading of your page. Maybe H2 be a subheading of your page, H3 and so on, just little less important headings. But do make sure that you just use these for headings. If you're trying to make text big or bold, we will teach you how to do that, but we'll teach you later on. But it's really important, helps your SEO, it helps with your pages, your structure, it just helps overall with your web content. So again, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video tutorial. Again, in the next video, we're going to be talking about paragraphs and image tags. So I'll see you guys in that video. Bye.